Eugene.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very grateful to our host, His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, for inviting us to this beautiful part of the lower eastern part of Kenya. And we want to thank His Excellency Governor Mutula Jr., Governor Wavinya, and the entire leadership of Ukambani for their great hospitality. We had a great day yesterday, all the way. We had almost 7 stopovers, and the warmth, the reception, the hospitality was exceptional. Not to mention the cuisine here. We're very, very pleased to be in Ukambani. But though we are happy to be here, we're not so happy about what happened last night, as His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka and His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua have said. We got very sad news about what happened in Gikomba last night. As lawyers, we know that certain operations, including enforcement of court orders, must be done within specified hours. They cannot be carried out during ungodly hours. We saw what happened in Gikomba yesterday. We saw what happened at Dari, Honorable Tuju's place. People raiding private property at 3 o'clock, very ungodly hours. And all this points out, apart from what happened at Nairobi Hospital, a private enterprise being taken over by a so-called patron, all this points out to the need to reset this nation and set our feet back on the path of the rule of law and constitutionalism. That cannot happen as long as William Ruto is president. That is why we're all saying he must be one term so that we get our country back on track. We want to say we welcome the mass voter registration by IEBC that kicked off yesterday. We were able to look at what was happening in this part of the country, to interact with registration officers here. We've also been getting reports across the country in all the 47 counties. And we want to embrace the Tuko Card initiative by our young people. We're seeing the turnout is very, very impressive, and we want to encourage our Gen Z to come out in large numbers in this county and in the whole country so that they can prepare to be part of that historic election that is coming, that will see the first president to become a one-term president being William Samoei Ruto. We urge IEBC to address the challenges. The reports we are getting is there are operational challenges, there are technical challenges in some areas where the kits were not working. In some areas, we have very few equipment compared to the large numbers of the young people who are turning up. As the People's Alternative Government, we are very concerned because when IEBC started this process, the turnout was very low. The young people of Kenya were very cynical, and they were not willing to come out. Out of the targeted 6 million voters that the IEBC aims to register, they were only able to register about 260,000. But since the Tuko Card initiative started, we are seeing numbers surging. And this is why we all want to encourage our young people. If you're a parent in this country and you want change, and you have an 18-year-old in your house, please get them out. Encourage them to go and get these IDs and to register. The next 30 days are going to be very important in terms of adding the numbers that will send William Ruto home and bring change to our country. So whatever is there must be addressed by IEBC. We engaged with IEBC as the alternative government a few weeks ago. Amongst the concerns we raised were certain irreducible minimums. One of those was that the CEO and the entire team that bungled the last election, headed by Marjan, must go. Indeed, they were able to terminate Marjan's contract, but that is not enough. We are telling IEBC our second irreducible minimum was mathematics. That discredited Venezuelan technology that has been put in question in the US, and latest evidence shows that the credibility of that technology is questionable, and it will affect the integrity of our elections. We cannot afford another bungled election in our country. So even from Makueni here, we want to demand that our second irreducible minimum is termination of this mathematics contract. And since IEBC has not responded, we've gone ahead and filed a case in court. We intend to pursue this matter. And we ask the Honorable, the Chief Justice, to fast track and to prioritize all matters touching on elections. As we speak, the first step by IEBC now is the mass voter registration. The third reducible minimum, we said we demanded from IEBC a clear roadmap. After the next 30 days, you've done the mass voter registration. What next? We're entering the month of April. You had said by end of March, during our meeting, you are going to host a stakeholders conference where you will present to us a clear roadmap. Beginning 10th of August 2027, working backwards. There are constitutional timelines, there are statutory deadlines that must be complied with. So we would like to demand, even as you embark on this mass voter registration, Chairman Ethicon and your commission, that we must engage as soon as possible in the next 14 days so that we look at that roadmap, even as the mass voter registration is going on, so that we're able to address the concerns, not just arising from the exercise that began yesterday, but arising from our meeting and the concerns we raised at the alternative government. Indeed, I've listened to the Honorable Rigathi speaking about the matter of SHA. I listened and watched Honorable Duale speak last night, and I want to tell Bwana Duale not to trivialize the matter of SHA, not to reduce it to a banter between him as CS and the second. We want you to say, to listen to what, not just what His Excellency Gachagua has raised, the concerns. Listen to what the court ruled just a few days ago. Justin Mwamuye was very clear. We had 3 Adani deals, JKIA, we had Ketraco, and we had SHA. And one of the companies in SHA that Honorable Gachagua has referred to was actually Adani's company. The president dropped only 2 of the Adani deals. That was Ketraco and JKIA. He never dropped SHA. And SHA is where he and Duale and his cronies are making the money. In the ruling of the High Court, there were concerns raised about how this system was procured, about the justification for this system, about private entities being involved in the system that touches on an Article 43 right of access to health by Kenyans. So, Bwana Duale, don't trivialize these matters. These are matters of life and death, and we want these concerns addressed. And we're not just talking about SHA and the court ruling. Parliament, which is an institution that provides oversight, also address the same issues. Chairman Dr. Nyikal is a broad-based member, and from his submission, Dr. Nyikal was very clear that this SHA system is failing. Experts have shown His Excellency Gachagua that it might fail in the next 6 months or so, but a parliamentary committee of health found that this system is unsustainable. This system is unreliable. This system is untenable. So we're not talking about personalities. We're talking about institutions, the judiciary, parliament raising issues with SHA. We're talking about the church raising issues. When Duale came to Kakamega, there's an 100-year-old hospital called St. Mary's Mumias. It never failed during the colonial times, or Jomo Kenyatta times, or Moi, or Kibaki, or Ruto's time, or Uhuru's time. It failed when SHA came to town, a 100-year hospital. So we want to say, let this matter be addressed with the urgency it deserves and the importance it deserves. And we're not just talking about SHA. Bwana Duale, we know that even in Smartmatics, your name was mentioned. And in every system, whether it is SHA, where we are talking about 104 billion, Smartmatics, and you and Gulie have been mentioned. When we are demanding that this system the contract be terminated, we know your hand is there too. So don't just focus on SHA. We also know the wider role you have played as William Ruto's friend. Talk about integrity. How do you reduce a matter as important as a health matter to a family matter? You want to attack Honorable Gachagua's family and his brother's estate, which is a matter that has been handled by our courts under the Succession Act. And the president goes on to also trivialize the matter and talk about the Wamalwa Kijana estate that is before the court under succession case number 25-6 that is ongoing. It has a ruling by Justice Muchelule. So what we are saying from Makueni here is that there are serious vital matters of national importance that must be addressed, and we are not going to fall in the trap of falling into the insults of this president. The insults are meant to divert us, to distract our attention, and we will not fall into that. There are serious issues that this government should be addressing. Here in Makueni, the lower eastern region of this country for a long time has been getting relief food. But we have a Vision 2030 project here, the Thwake Dam, that can transform this region of Ukambani into a new bread basket. I was privileged as Minister for Water right here at this hotel to meet the Ukambani leadership. We went and launched Thwake, and we progressed that project to almost 80% completion by the time Uhuru and I left office. Since William Ruto entered, he has not done anything to progress to completion this key Vision 2030 project. We have 4 years to go to Vision 2030 ending. So stop trivializing matters, reducing these things into insults, focus on the real issues that will transform this county and this country and address the concerns that we have raised. Otherwise, Kenyans have decided, Bwana Ruto, you are going to be a one-term president. And it's not a bad thing. We want you to know that there are presidents who have left presidency and lived comfortably. Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi left presidency and he lived in this country. Mwai Kibaki left presidency and lived in this country. Uhuru Kenyatta is enjoying his golf after leaving office. It's not a matter of life and death for you to think sending you home one term will be the end of the world. It will not. Come 10th of August 2027, we are sending you home. Not because we hate you, but because of your failed policies in health, failed policies in education, the runaway corruption, the overtaxation of Kenyans. We have said, like other Kenyans, William Ruto, you'll be a one-term president. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, JB has just come in. He was enjoying his hometown.
Thank you. Let me join my colleagues in thanking our hosts, led by Governor Mutula Kalonzo Jr. and His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka. I will be brief in echoing the sentiments, the concerns raised by my colleagues.